What's up, Foundation? What's up, YouTube? Man, it's me, your big partner, Cartoon One, the Village Storyteller. Man, I'm back again, man. It's story time. It's story time. But listen, before I go all off into it, man, y'all hit that like button. Y'all know YouTube spanked me last week. So now, you know what I'm saying? They kind of messed me up in the algorithm. They kind of dropped me down low to where my videos might not be getting out the way they should get out. But it's okay. It's okay, man, because I will bounce back. Why? Because of the foundation. I know y'all got my back. I know y'all gonna help me. So I need for y'all to hit that like button, man. Kick me back up into that algorithm and let's get it party started, man. You know it's story time. You know, first I got to flex that shirt, though. Huh? Wait a minute. Hold on. Huh? The what? Huh? The Foundation Nation Gang. Well, I'm going to put that gang on the end of it. The Foundation Nation Gang. Man, we the Foundation Nation Gang from here on out. We ride, we slide, and we swing. But anyway, now, it's story time, man. And y'all know over here on the Village Storyteller that you get you some good stories, man. You know what I'm saying? They are fictional. They are not true. They are for you to enjoy during your break at work, on your way to work, home from work, or during your down leisure time while you are at home moving around the house. With no further ado, let's jump right into it, man. We gonna jump right into it, man. This take place in a time far, far away. No, not for real. This ain't Star Wars. But no, man. Man, you got two brothers, man. They young. Two brothers, man, and they loved each other, man. They were, hold on, what's that? Okay. Don't know what it is. But anyway, they were their mother's only son. You got Bobby and Donald, with Donald being the oldest. Donald was 2 years older. And at the time, Donald was more advanced than his brother Bobby, of course, with him being a little older. But for some reason, Donald just had something about him, man. And they were close knit, man. And they didn't have any other brothers or sisters. It was just those two. And they grew up together, man. They grew up together, man, with those 2 years separating them. But they were close. But now Bobby was always bigger than Donald. Even though he was 2 years younger, he was bigger than his brother Donald. Man, they collected comic books together. They shot marbles together, went to school together. They did everything together, man. Everybody around the whole neighborhood knew about Bobby and Donald, man. They was cool. They was much loved. As they got older, they started getting into a life of crime. They start getting a little bit more mischievous. At the age of like 9 and 7, they were running around the neighborhood, peeking through through their neighbors' windows, stealing puppies, stealing dogs, trying to break in houses, just doing little stuff that kids do. But their mother would always watch them. The mother would always watch them, and she knew that they were heading for a world of trouble. But single parent mother, she had to work a lot, and they were what you call latchkey kids. They had to stay at home and watch each other. The thing about Donald, it was always something about him. It was always something that made him special, and his mother knew it, and his little brother Bobby knew it. They knew that it was something about Donald that was destined for greatness. They just couldn't put their finger on it. It was many times when Donald and Bobby was running together that things would happen, and it seemed like Donald would just come out on top, or it's like he had a guardian angel, a saving grace or something about him. As they got older and older and older, they became gang related. They end up joining the gang that was in their little neighborhood, and their mother didn't know about it for many, many years, but when she did find out about it, it kind of broke her heart. But she blamed herself because she wasn't around enough and there wasn't a father figure in her life. Donald joined first, and then Bobby joined. Bobby joined because his older brother Donald could. But now, his mother set them both down one day, and she said, "Look, I know y'all in a gang, and I can't really do nothing about it because it's gone too far." But she looked at Donald. She told Donald, she said, "Let me tell you something. You protect your little brother out there in those streets. Protect your little brother out there in those streets." Okay, anyway, I know a lot of y'all gonna key in I do got my shirt on backwards in case y'all see the little thing. But I got on backwards because I wanted to show y'all. I want y'all to see that. But anyway, it don't make no difference. Still, you know. But she would always tell Donald, you look out for your little brother. Protect him. I know y'all in this gang, but make sure don't nothing ever go wrong with him. And he was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? She really didn't have to tell him that because he would always protect his little brother because he loved his little brother that much anyway. So anyway, time goes on, years start to pass by. It got to the point that they were rising up in the ranks in the neighborhood, in their gang. And they was both known, they was both hitters, man. You know, they was doing their thing, you know what I'm saying? Donald and Bobby. And you know what I'm saying? They had their little nicknames and all that. They were very popular with the girls. They were very popular with their homeboys because they was known for two dudes that you just really didn't mess with. Like I say, with Bobby being the youngest, but he was the biggest though. A brute, a bruiser, a real live manhandler from the shoulders. You know what I'm saying? His older brother, Donald, was more of a shooter. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it went out. That's just how it turned. But anyway, Donald turned 20 and Bobby was 18. One day they were standing out. And typical day. Wasn't a whole lot going on. You know what I'm saying? It didn't look like, you know, it was one of them days. Don't look like nothing was gonna happen. Don't look like, you know, too much was gonna jump around there at that time. You know what I'm saying? But you know, lo and behold, when you living in that type of gang life, you know, things can get tricky and Mickey at any given time. So they were standing in front of the liquor store about 6 deep, about 6, 7, 8 deep. And they didn't even hear the car when it hit the corner, which is rare, you know what I'm saying? Because somebody's usually always on the lookout. But the car didn't hit the corner, screeching. They were real savvy with what they were getting down with. They hit the corner real smooth and left the lights on. A lot of times cars gonna kill the lights. They didn't kill the lights. They left the lights on and they hit the corner real smooth. When they hit the corner, nobody that was standing in front of the liquor store seen the gun when it came out the window until the last second. Somebody hollered, "Oh no, look!" And by the time he hollered, "Oh no, look!" the shots were ringing out. Da 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 da. Man, it seemed, man, everybody hit the ground, scattered, started running. It seemed like they was never gonna start shooting because the car did not just drive by shoot. No, when it pulled up, it stopped, and it didn't stop shooting until the clip was empty. Seemed like it was a 100-round clip, y'all, but they was bumping. When the gun stopped shooting, the car skirted out. So now all 8 dudes that was out there, you know what I'm saying, they rolled on the ground, ducked behind cars for those who ran or whatever. They was getting up off the ground like, man, who was that? Man, God, oh, man. Man, anybody hit? What's up, everybody, all right? Everybody was standing up, except for one person. When they looked around, Donald was still on the ground. He was still on the ground. So when Bobby seen him, he like, what? He ran to his brother. When he looked at his brother, he seen his shirt starting to turn red in 3 different spots. And he fell down and grabbed his brother like, man, get up. What's wrong, man? You all right? Come on, get up. And his brother was gasping for air. And Bobby was crying, man, don't die, man. Don't die, man. And so Donald told him, he said, man, I don't think I'm gonna make it, man. He said, look, man, tell mama I love her. Just tell mama I love her. He said, man, no, you gonna get up, man. You gonna tell her yourself. He like, I don't think so, man. He said, I'm starting to get cold. He said, man, tell mama I love her. And he reached over and he grabbed his little brother, Bobby's arm. He said, man, I love you too, man. He said, man, you know, I don't want to leave you. He said, I'm not going to leave you. He said, man, mama told me I got to look out for you. He said, I'm going to do that. So, you know, in the back of Bobby's mind, he like, man, how you going to do this if you finna pass away, man? Come on, brother, don't get up, man. Don't die on me. And he said, Donald told me, he said, man, I'm going to always look out for you. I'm going to always be there. And he breathed his last breath, y'all. He gave up the ghost. He breathed his last breath and gave up the ghost, y'all. Man, everybody was standing around tripping. Other cars starting to pull up. Homies starting to pull up. Homegirls, they screaming. Ah! You know what I'm saying? And Bobby was holding his brother to his chest, just rocking him. Just rocking him, man. You know what I'm saying? He was hurt. We gonna fast forward, man. 4 years in advance. Bobby was 22 years old, finna turn 23, man. You know, he had got, with the passing of his brother, he had shown up, started acting the fool, man. He started acting out. Everybody knew him. All his enemies knew him. The allies knew him. But the police really knew him. The police wanted to hurt him, y'all. Police wanted to get rid of him. Police really wanted to do some harmful to him, man. They wanted to hurt the homie. But they really couldn't catch him the way they wanted to be able to really do something to him. They had put a SOS on Bobby, man. That's a shoot on sight. That's how bad they wanted it, man. They just know he had to go. Either they want to give him 1,000,000 years in prison, or they want to kill him, man. Man, one night, Bobby was out doing as the youngsters say, sliding, but he was doing drive-bys, man, on his enemies. And that night, when he was doing what he was doing, the so-called enemies was waiting, and boy, they lit the car up. Bobby wasn't expecting this type of answer to what he was coming through to do. He thought he was finna just do some sneak stuff and get on about his business. No, they was waiting. Man, when his homeboy was shooting out the car, they shot the car up, man. They shot it up bad. The car started smoking. They tried to get on. In the course of them trying to get on, man, the police got on them. When the police got on them, they tried to punch out. Police was on them so tough, boy, they couldn't shake them. So now, sitting in the car, Bobby told his homeboy, he say, man, homie, look, man, I'm finna go ahead and let this car run. He said, man, when it slow up, man, you go one way, I'm gonna go the other way. So his homeboy said, bet it up, homie, you know what I'm saying? Just see if you can get us a little distance. There's about 6 cars in back of us. He say, okay. The raggedy car they was in, it really wasn't doing a whole lot no more, y'all. It wasn't doing a whole lot. They knew that the jig was up. Man, they end up just running the car up into some bushes. As soon as the car ran up to the bush, because he was getting ready to stop on them anyway. Bobby hit the door. He went left. His homeboy hit the door and went right. Now the police seen Bobby, and the police in the car like, look, that's Bobby. Get him. And they keyed in on Bobby, man. They tried to run him over. They missed him. He ran through some backyards, through some houses. The helicopter got on him. Now, y'all know once the ghetto bird get on you, man, they hit you with that light. It'll turn nighttime into daylight. And boy, look here. It's hard to hide then, because they shining the light on the darkness. But now Bobby was running for all he had. He was in pretty good shape. He was a big dude, but he was in good shape. They running. And they police chasing behind him, and they telling me, like, we're going to kill you now. We got you. Ain't nobody looking. We going to kill you. Man, Bobby running for all he got. He trying to go, y'all. He trying to go. He hitting back fences. He hitting backyards. He just running through driveways. But they own him. They surrounding the area and all that. So now he ran up and he hid behind somebody's boat. Somebody had a boat in the backyard. And he ran up and hid. When he hid behind it, it was some boxes on the side of the boat on the ground, and he got between the boxes, but he got down low. And he pulled one of the boxes down in front of him, and he figured, man, I can't go no further. He tired. The helicopter out there, the police everywhere. So now at this time, the police K9 units, they had 2-3 different K9 units pull up. So you know and when them dogs get on you, once they get your scent, it's hard, man. It's hard. So when they pull up, they let the dogs out. They let the dogs loose. No, they wasn't on no chain where they was gonna run with the dogs and try to catch you. They let the dogs loose. And the one dog they let loose, the sergeant told the police, the other K9, he said, no, take your dog that way. He said, you take your dog that way. He told this police, he said, you and your dog go between them houses and go look in the back. He says, we gonna head him off. So the police was like, okay. So he running with the dog, and when the dog, that's what I'm saying, they let him loose. When he got to the side of the house, he looked around, he let the dog off the chain, and he whispered in the dog's ear, kill. And the dog took off, pew, shot off. The dog had the scent. Now Bobby could hear the dogs barking, roo, roo. You know what I'm saying? But they coming. So now as time went on, he's sitting there, he like, man, he praying, he like, man, please, man, just let me get away this time right here. Let me get away this time right here, man. And I promise you, I'm gonna do something different. He want to go, y'all. He know that his time is getting short if he don't change his life. But he know right here and there, if they catch him, they gonna make sure he don't never get out of prison again. If not, kill him. He heard the dog moving around. The dog was moving around, moving around, moving around. He was like, oh shoot. All of a sudden, he heard scratching on the box that was in front of him. And the dog was growling. He like, man. He don't have no gun on him. He know if he kill a dog, it's like killing an officer. Man, the dog started hitting at the box. Boom, boom, boom. But now he wasn't barking. For some reason, the dog wouldn't bark. He wouldn't bark, but he kept scratching at the box, scratching at the box. Man, the dog went around and leaped up on one box and leaped up on another box. And he looking down into the middle of the boxes at Bobby. Bobby don't know the dog is above him. Bobby hunched down real low. And he hoping that this dog just go away. But he know once the dog got his scent, he can't shake him. He heard the dog growl. And he looked up. And you got a big old brown German Shepherd, man, just looking down at him. Bobby thought the dog was finna attack. Man, out of nowhere, the dog head leaned down and Bobby was leaning away from it. He was finna fight the dog if he had to. And the dog spoke and told Bobby, man, come out these boxes. Bobby looked. He was like, what? Man, what? He thought he was tripping, but he wasn't. The dog spoke again. He said, Bobby, come out these boxes now. Bobby looked. He said, man, dog, are you speaking? Are you talking to me? And the dog told him, yeah, man, hurry up, man. The police everywhere. Get out these boxes, man. You got to get out of here. Bobby looked at the dog. He said, man, you the police. He said, yeah, but not with you. He said, come out the boxes, man. Let's go. Man, Bobby was tripping so hard, he figured there wasn't nothing else he could do but follow instructions. He pushed the big box down that was in front of him, and he stepped over the boxes, and the dog told him, man, follow me. He said, man, the police everywhere. He said, man, I'm going to get you through. Come on. If you follow me, you're going to be all right. Just keep up. The dog took off running, and Bobby took off running behind the dog. Man, the dog took him through sides of houses, over fences, through cracks and crevices, and to the point to where, after so much running, they were away. The dog had instincts that Bobby didn't have, so yeah, of course he was going to be able to get away. He was going to be able to get Bobby out of there. So when they got so far away, Bobby said, hold on, man, I can't run no more, I'm tired. So he said, man, listen, is this a joke, a prank? What's going on? Are you a robot and just know how to fake talk or what? So the dog turned around and sat down on his haunches, and he looked up at Bobby. He said, man, no, this ain't no prank. I ain't no fake dog. He said, I'm a dog. He said, but I'm your brother. Bobby looked at the dog. He said, you my what? He said, man, it's me, man. It's Donald. What? He said, man, who is this, man? Stop playing with me, man. My brother Donald died 4 years ago. He said, you're right. I did. He said, have you ever heard of reincarnation? He said, no, what is that? He said, reincarnation is when you die and you come back as something else. You reincarnated. You come back in the body of something else. He said, man, when I died, after a while, it was dark. He said, then all of a sudden it got light. He said, as time went on, I realized, man, I was in the body of this dog. He said, what? So, man, Bobby was tripping. But the dog explained it to him, what was going on. He said, man, I wasn't going to let them kill you. He said, man, they're going to hurt you, man. You got to get somewhere. You got to go. He said, I'm going to get you out of here. Man, mama told me to always look out for you, always protect you. He said, and that was the best thing I can do, to become a canine, to where I knew I was going to be out here in the field and be able to look out for you. And that's just what's happening today. He said, you got to go, though. He said, man, you got to get out of here. He said, the police going to kill you. You got to move away, man. Give yourself a chance. And that's exactly what Bobby had been thinking. He had to move away and give himself a chance. He said, man, I'm doing what mama told me to do. That's what the dog told him. That's what Donald told him. He said, she told me to watch out for you, and that's what I'm doing. So I'm going to get you away from here. He said, but when you go on this time, I need for you to go all the way and go and keep going. He said, you make me that promise. So, man, Bobby started crying, man, and hugging the dog and squeezing the dog. And the dog telling, man, don't squeeze me that tight with your big old self, man. Come on. Dang. The fur is tender. Don't hurt it, you know? But anyway, man, the dog got him away from there. And when he got him away from there, man, when he made it home that night, he told his mom, he said, Mama, he said, I'm going to leave. And his mama like, where you going? So he told her he just had to go, man. He had to go and give himself a chance, man, because he didn't want to go to jail for the rest of his life or had the police kill him. And living out in the streets that they were living in, that was the only option he had. And his mama hugged him and cried, and she said, baby, you got my support. 2 days later, man, Bobby was on a bus heading to Arkansas with his auntie and uncle. He never came back. He never looked back, man. He never told his mama about the dog because he knew she wasn't going to believe him. But he knew that was his brother, man. He knew that was his brother. And his brother gave him a second chance, got him up out of there. And he wasn't going to throw that chance away, y'all. It's me, man, your big partner, Cartoon One, man, the village storyteller. And I'm out. Peace.